Howdy y'all, from McLeod Homestead out here. I guess this is going to be my first video attempt here, other than my little 10-second intro the other day. I'm out here today planting in some trees that I got from the Arbor Day Foundation. I'm not sponsored or paid by anything or anybody I say on these videos, but I did make like a $10 or $20 donation to them, and they sent me out 12 trees. I say trees, but let me show you what I'm talking about. I just did one. So that little thing there is what they sent me. It's actually bigger than when I got it. When I first got it, it had no leaves, it was just stick. And I got 12 of them. So far, 11 out of the 12 have leaves coming in, so that's good. That was actually number 8 I got in the ground. The one that hasn't made it was in the first 6 that I put in the ground. So I'm out here on the east side of the property out here. We're on about 5 acres. So I'm putting these about 25 feet apart. So that's what I got going on back here behind me. So measuring it out 25 feet, and then I'm coming off our fence line over here. It's going to hopefully give us a little privacy from this road. Get logging trucks and other things. So first thing I'm doing, measuring out 25 feet. And I'm going to do a 2-foot diameter hole to put these in. I know it looks silly digging it, but that's what they say you got to do. So let's get after it. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. It's windy as all get out today. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the perimeter of my hole. I'm just going to score it a couple inches down. And you'll see why here in a bit, why I'm only going a couple inches. Alright, so once I got the perimeter scored, I'm going to come across, I'm going to cut it up into sections. I know a lot of y'all are thinking, Scott, this is way too much work just for this little tree sapling, but this way I like to do it. Figured it out, planting these trees. You can see back behind me, I got 8 more fruit trees I did also. They were all done the same way, so I'm going to cut it up into 4 sections. All those sections about the width of my shovel head. I'm just going to come across all the way, and I'll split them all in half. Now, they say you got to have a 3-inch buildup around it. So this is what I've been doing. So far, it looks like it's going to work for me. So all I'm doing is skimming the top. Basically just taking that top layer that has all the grass and grass roots in it and just dumping them over sideways. Upside down, sorry, not sideways. Got a little worm. There you go, be free. Alright, so that gives me layout of my hole, top layer out. So now I'm just going to go on around this thing. I'm just going to loosen up all this dirt right here. So luckily for me, I'm out in East Texas here. We don't have a lot of clay. It's mostly sand out here. So it's actually real easy to dig these holes for me. I know some of you are probably thinking, why don't you just get you a post hole digger and just dig you a hole straight down and be done with it? Well, growing up my whole life, I don't know how many times I've heard the story from my pa where got truck driving by. Give me a second. Story from my pa where about some pecan trees, and directions said do the same thing. Dig this big old hole. There's a little bitty sapling, nothing there. So after he dug the first big hole, saw there's this little sapling. Said that was for the birds. Busted out the post hole digger, dug a little hole, stuck it in, and thought he was done with it. Post hole tree did not do well at all. Big hole tree thrived, produced pecans, all that good stuff. So, what I think this is doing is it's just, one, it's getting the grass and weeds out of the way so there's no competition. And then it's also just breaking up the soil to give these roots a better chance. What I'm bringing in, it's actually off the trailer back of the mower here. This is some leftover dirt from the fruit trees that I mixed in some black cow compost manure. I've been mixing that in, the garden, everything. It seems like it's really helping. Mix it in a little more with the existing dirt. All right, let's put a tree in the ground. There's going to be our tree. They've been rooting in the back of the trailer after I didn't get them in the ground at first, so they actually look better. I call it rooting. They call it healing, I think is how you pronounce it. If I'm mispronouncing it, go ahead and thrash me in the comments, it don't matter. Healing, something like that. But what you do with it is you're supposed to do it out in the ground. You dig you a trench and then you grow that tree at an angle in that trench. Well, I had dirt left over in the trailer, so I just did it in the trailer and it worked. So there's a tree in the ground. Now for that build up, here's my topsoil with the grass. I'm just going to come back around with it. Turn it grass down. And I'm just going to use that to line the perimeter of my hole. Some of the other trees I've already done. This seems to be holding up. keeping from washing all the dirt out, and just help get water in there for that tree. And there we go. So that's the next tree in the ground. If you didn't know, yesterday, April 26th, was Arbor Day. So get out there, plant you a tree, do something for the earth, give back. So hopefully that's what we're doing here, make it last longer for my kids. So y'all have a good day.